like to bring my healthy organic juice-based drink to school, and I've noticed that it's always warm and by the time I open it at noon, and it's a real bummer. So I said to my mom, please help me figure out a way to keep my healthy organic juice-based soda beverage cold. And what do you think most moms will do when their kid says, can you help me keep my soda cold so that it's still cold? Okay, most every mom will say, wrap it in foil. Okay? But what if your mom said, no, honey, I'm going to wrap it in a wool sock? What are you going to say when your mom says, I'm going to wrap your soda in a wool sock? Everybody's going to laugh at me. And what about the temperature of my soda by noon? It's going to be hot, because doesn't a wool sock make your foot hot? Okay, don't think too much. Don't think too much. So here's the story. My mama is a scientist, and she said, well, honey, I'll just wrap different sodas in different things, and every day you take a different one to school, and you tell me which one works the best. So she looked around the kitchen, and there was one of those orphan cotton socks on the dryer. She put a soda in one of those. She had some plastic wrap in the kitchen. She thought that might work. She thought that might keep the condensation in and keep it wet, and that might keep it cold. I don't know why, but she put a wool sock on one. Must have been one of those lonely wool socks from Dad, you know, that got left on the dryer. Then she said, as any good scientist would, we're just going to take one and not wrap it in anything at all, and see what the see how warm it really is by noon. And my favorite, we're going to wrap one in aluminum foil. And she had some, I believe it was it paper toweling that she had? Okay, she had some paper toweling, and she wrapped one in paper towel from the kitchen. So let's order these and predict which one do you think is going to be the warmest, because we're going to open them up and we're going to take their temperatures. It was cold this morning. Mama took it out of the fridge this morning and wrapped it in these different things and put it in the bag. So you think the control is going to be... All right, we're going to have a tie, control and wool. Maybe they're both going to be pretty darn warm. Which one do you think is going to be the coldest? If you're a... They're going to say foil. Believe me, they're all going to say foil. And what order do you think they're going to put these in? Cotton where? Because cotton keeps you warm too? And plastic makes you hot too. And paper, maybe. We don't have an opinion about paper. Okay, so it's going to get wet, and that might, yeah, okay. But we think this is going to be the coldest. Do we think paper is going to keep it almost as cold as foil because it gets wet? Will the wetness help keep it cold? Some people think, you know, when you get wet, you get cold, right? So let's put this here because when you get wet, you get cold. That's what we think. So be thinking on your storyboard, I might ask you to make a prediction, or I might ask you to just write the results, or I might ask you eventually to explain, maybe draw a soda and explain what's happening. So I'm going to pass these out to 6 different people, and you all have thermometers in your box. They're brand new thermometers, so you'll have to take it out, take the sleeve off it, turn it on, put it down halfway and hover it in the middle of the soda can. Don't let it touch the sides of the soda can. What's going on scientifically with the wool sock versus the aluminum foil? Insulation. So it all has to do with insulation. What does that really mean, insulation? What's really going on if you could look at it with a powerful microscope? What's going on inside that wool sock? Okay, so colder air is staying near the can, so it's preventing air from transferring. Okay, so there's air inside of that sock, isn't there? Air is a very good insulator. Do you think aluminum foil is a good insulator? are metals insulators or conductors? Yeah, they're conductors. So that metal is a good conductor. And if you wrap the foil around real bunchy with a lot of air pockets, you might find that it does provide some insulation. But did you wrap it nice and smooth? Yeah, if you wrap it nice and smooth, there's no air pockets. It does not provide any insulation.